Fernandes and Mike Gaffney. Please enjoy the show.
Okay, it looks like we're recording.
All right.
You fucking eating nuts or something?
I'm eating nuts.
It's good to eat crunchy nuts
I'm done
on a
now.
podcast.
I was waiting for you to do whatever the fuck you were just doing.
I was hooking it up so we can hear and listen and shit. Record that shit.
I'm done showing.
What's that?
I'm done.
What's that machinery going on?
That's an air conditioner in there. You fucking think I'm turning it off for this podcast?
No.
You and the listeners can go fuck yourselves.
Well, there you have it, people. He told you.
Is it really affecting?
No, I barely hear it. It's like every once in a while I heard it get a little louder, but...
You can just hear, like, I guess, at the compressor. Zzz.
Yeah, if we stop talking, you really hear it.
Well, that would be the worst podcast ever. Let's stop talking and listen to the background of Mike's room.
Welcome to Let's Stop Talking and Listen with Joe Fernandes and Mike Gaffney. And right now we're going to stop talking, so listen.
And that was another
Imagine
episode.
that you just had a podcast called that. Be like, what's your podcast called? It's called Sit Back and Listen. We shut up and we listen. And we listen to the sounds of life.
It's a meditation.
It's a meditation podcast. I bet that should. If you made it sound spiritual enough, you'd probably get tons of downloads.
Yeah.
I meditate globally.
And then people listen, and they're listening the whole time. And they're like, they'll get quiet because they're listening for something to happen.
Yeah.
And nothing's going to happen. We're quiet. That's what's happening. And at the end of that 10 minutes, you go like, and that was meditating with Joe and Mike.
I think
We're on to something. We would definitely have. Are you
Shh,
frozen?
I'm meditating.
Oh, my bad.
Okay, what were you about to say? I'm fully meditated now.
Just so you know, you look like a retarded kid when you meditate. Just
So you're saying it's not much different than my regular state?
yeah.
I don't know if Joe's just standing there or meditating. But he looks lost nonetheless. He looks lost in thought. Yeah, I was on a shoot the other day, and I'm in a theater, and it's a dark theater. You know, and I'm on this platform with my camera. You know when you feel somebody staring at you?
Uh-huh.
So I look over, and it's one of those little kids with like a grown-up face.
Oh, yeah.
He was like 5, but his face looked like 36.
Is that a condition or just
No, it's not a condition. He wasn't like retarded or nothing. It wasn't some.
But there's that condition where they're older, but they're younger and older, whatever.
Yeah, no, it wasn't that. He just had features of a man,
like a man,
and
man.
He
baby.
like locked eyes with me. I'm like, is he taking my soul? Like, and then I kept looking over, just staring at me. He was into the camera. It was a big camera, so it was a little kid that was like mesmerized by the camera. When you lock eyes with him, you're like, yo, fucking get out of my nightmares. You're going to ruin my whole week. And I'm sitting there, I'm looking at his parents, I'm like, they got to know. They got to know. Even if no one's been honest with him yet, they got it. Like, you know that little kid, that dude woke up one night with his kid just staring at him like, I got to pee. And he's like, Jesus Christ, get away. Your face is in here too. Don't scare daddy like that. But you're like, man, that poor kid, it's just weird. It's so weird. It was just have you ever seen them?
Yeah, I mean, I've seen and I say it as a compliment, like, oh, yeah, the guy looks like a little. Your kid looks like a little man, like a little. But then you realize that it's not a good look, even though I think it's cute because he looks like a man.
No, if it's dressed like a little man, sometimes they dress a little bit more adult and they look like a man. I don't even know how to describe it. I got it. Like, it's almost like, because I'm by myself there. It's not like any of my guys I was working with were near me. I could have been like, look at the fucking thing. Look at the fucking thing. Like,
the kid's 5 years old.
I know, but you had to see. I couldn't even get a picture. You know, it would have been too obvious.
I'm not saying I don't side with you on it must have been a sight to see, but you can't make a spectacle of the kid. You're an adult. You can't be pulling other adults in. Yo, look at this kid's head.
I know, but he wouldn't blink. I'm like, Jesus.
Maybe it was just a normal kid, but in your fucking head, he was that.
Nah. I'm glad because this is when I turned away to look away from him the first time, I go, he better be there when I look back, because if he's not, I'm going to feel like there's a fucking ghost in this motherfucker. And then when I turned back and he was there, I'm like, thank God he's there. Like, because if like I saw him like on the other side, I've been like, I'm fucking out of here. Just see me breaking down my camera in the middle of his shoot. Where you going? This fucking theater's haunted.
Where was it at?
In Matawan, New Jersey.
Like in a theater?
In a theater. It was like in a nice little theater. And like, they have like these platforms for like follow spotlights in the theater, and I took the follow spotlight off. I had to set up my camera on that, so I'm up
high.
What were you
filming? What was it for?
It was like a graduation.
Oh, okay.
And I'm just like, oh my, I don't know, you just had to be in my body, man. I had like the heebie-jeebies. I'm like, yeah, like horror music, like minor chords from horror music were playing, like. Yeah. Dun, dun, dun. I'm like, ew. But I would like to have like interviewed his parents, like, you know, right? And just see what they say. You know, you know. Tell me you know. Tell me you say it. I know you love them. I know. I get it. We love our children for who and what they are. But you know.
You have a man face, right?
You know he looks like he's on like his third DWI. And he's 5 years old.
Like remember in Bugs Bunny when Baby Finster?
Yeah,
he was a Baby Finster.
I was Baby Finster for Halloween one year.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's all right.
I went to an NA dance in a diaper because I had my arm tattoos. I didn't shave my face. I had a cigar in my hand.
That's awesome.
Got third place, and it was Halloween.
Third place? Who beat you out?
Well, my buddy Jerry. He's like really into vampire shit. He looked like Interview from a Vampire, but he had like he has like porcelain teeth that are molded to his mouth that looks real. Like he looked. Right. You're like, of course. I mean, dude, I bought the Penn's diaper and didn't shave, and bought a Phillies blunt. That was my costume.
It was like a Saturday night, anyhow.
Yeah, and I got like a pacifier.
You didn't really do anything different, is what you're saying.
No, but I hooked up with a broad that night.
Did you? Nice.
That was back when I had 6-pack abs.
Hooked up with a broad that night, though.
I did. That's when I was gorgeous, though. When I didn't have to try.
It's funny you're talking about the haunted place. That thing, you saw that video I put up on Instagram of that green room that I was in Saturday night at the cabin?
Yeah.
Like, I was like, there's no way Joe would be up here ever. I mean, it was old.
I mean, not alone.
Huh? Yeah, I was alone.
Yeah.
Up that whole area was all mine. 4 different rooms. They just were like the more you got into the rooms, the less was in. Like, they was darker and shittier because there was nothing in them.
Yeah.
And it was old. It's been around since the 20s.
Yeah, man. It's cool. It's like weird because I've been in old theaters and I love theater and like the old machinery and I love that. But yeah, there's a spooky part of it. You know what I mean?
They're very creepy, man.
They're very creepy and there's always some fucked up story.
Always.
Well, because theaters, I mean, I have this great book, that book I told you about, the comedians. It talks about like the drunks, the thieves, the whole.
Yeah.
And they talk about all these theaters that were built big and like gorgeous, and guys like what's his face with the cigars, the old guy with all the cigars, the comedian George Burns.
Right.
Like him and his wife would do like 6 shows in a night to like these theaters that were like 2,000 seaters that were built beautifully. There was like 75 people in them. Right. But people think these guys are making a lot of money, but they were making dick money, and like the rest of the theater behind the curtain was garbage. The green rooms were garbage. It was like the slums. There was like no air conditioning. There was no heat. But like they had this beautiful theater for like rich people.
Right.
And it looked like, wow, this must be amazing backstage, but it wasn't. It was disgusting. It probably looked like it does for you now, back when they built it. It's creepy. It was pretty cool to read that because you're like, oh, so this is how it always was.
Right. They always treat us like shit.
Like even when we were in that nice theater at the State Theater in Uniontown, the green room, it was like nothing fancy.
No.
The bathroom door didn't even shut. It was
It was like a stand-up slop sink shower.
Yeah.
It was like there was the mop and the mop bucket was in the shower they want you to use.
Yeah, exactly.
But this theater, like every theater we go to with her, like, you're right. They're all because they were vaudeville theaters when they were when that everyone went out to.
Yeah.
That's what they did in the 20s and 30s. Went to theaters.
Uh-huh.
You didn't stay home. There was nothing to do at home. So went to theaters, and then they put up black and white silent movies sometimes. Like the one I was in, they did vaudeville acts and silent movies.
Okay.
And then the silence went away, and they did talkies, and they would do they were doing movies like one theater, like it was a movie theater, only had one screen. You know what I'm saying? And it would be packed because that's where everybody came to see movies in the 40s and 50s.
Right.
And then once the multiplexes came around, the 60s and 70s, the theater the movie part was gone. No one was coming out to movies, and they were still doing, and vaudeville was gone, so there was really nothing going on. So in the 70s, a magic company, like a group, like a couple of magicians, he was actually like a professor at one of their local colleges, he was more of a manipulator of the mind. Like he was like the one girl described him as like it was almost cultish. He would get
what they call them, hypnotist.
Yeah, but he was more but it was magic. But he would like manipulate people. Like he would give seminars on like deep mind like he was like a freak. And she goes, he would like have all the people at school working for him. It was like a cult.
Yeah, he was a manipulator.
Yeah. And he had like another magician, and they did magic shows every Sunday. Then they would sell the place out for magic. And the last time they did a magic show was in 2010. And then 11 and 12, the theater kind of like went to the wayside. And then in 13, like a local nonprofit organization bought it. Mm-hmm. And now they're doing music venue and comedy, and they redid some of the seating. The upper seating is all original from the 20s. All the walls is done from the 20s still. That's the one great thing about going to these theaters. Everything is original.
Yeah.
Because you can't touch it because it's, historic.
Yeah.
So that's cool. But then the problem with this theater is it was built for vaudeville, so there's no wings, backstage wings. So they can't do any big production. They can't do any plays, musicals, because there's nowhere to be.
Yeah. There's nowhere to set up all your scenes and everything. It was historic. Like I always see that, like these historical societies, like saying you can't like update something for historical reasons, and I'm like, it seems like historians are totally against starting new histories.
Yeah,
Like, nah, we want wherever it was there to always be, nothing new. It's like like you can't start new so that like something else could be historical. It's like we're saving everything.
Well, like to be I guess that their thought is, build a new building, and that's your historic. And that's from that point on, that'll be history. But
but like, especially because like with theaters, I've seen it with a theater like in Jersey where it's like, okay, just build another one. It's like, yeah, but we can't support 2 theaters, okay? Like people aren't coming out to 2 theaters. We'd like to renovate this. No, you can't renovate this one.
Well, that's the one thing they do. What I've noticed is they'll renovate the parts they can, but then they leave the parts. There's some parts that they just don't want to touch, like the ceilings. With those old...
With the art painting.
Yeah, like that. Why would you want to touch that?
Right. Well, it's like it costs more to renovate than to build new.
Yeah.
But they won't let them build anything new that can make it, like, workable for a theater production that could make money.
Right.
So what you have is these theaters that are historical and just costing taxpayers money so that people can say, oh, let's go look at the ceiling.
Yeah.
But no one's looking at the ceiling because nobody's coming to anything there.
Well, because they can't do nothing big. But I mean, a lot of places do it right. Like the one in Hartford, Connecticut, we went to that. I was in that theater, and that theater was, the thing was gorgeous. And they showed us the ceiling. It was like this. Oh, it was beautiful. And they're like, that stuff we can't touch. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like even to change a light bulb costing thousands of dollars to change a light bulb. But it's so beautiful. But then there's other things they can restore. They go, we blew the back wall out and you know what I mean? Made the stage bigger. Yeah. There's stuff that they can do. Like this theater, they have like the one I was at on Saturday, they have like an underground, like under the stage, they have where you can come up through the stage. So they can do like production down there. Like so you could do change and set designs below stage and bring it out from the bottom. But they say that the basement's so decrepit and old, you can't even go down there.
Do like a Kevin Hart intro, just like get risen from the floor.
Yeah, exactly.
Some smoke coming up. You guys ready for comedy?
Because we can't go down there. We have to spend thousands of dollars just to renovate the basement to be able to get down there to use it. And then the green room I'm in, you have to come out the one, that big side building, you have to come out the building and walk around the back and go back into the theater to go into the stage. There's no connection, so they're going to spend some money on connecting hallways and stuff. So then if they can do that, then those offices I was hanging out in can be changing rooms, and then people can come down to the stage.
Oh, okay.
So, but there's certain things they can do. I like that it's old. I like the history.
No, I like
the
that shit
stories.
too. No, I like that shit too. But it's just, and I don't really give a shit. But it's just, I always find it funny that it's like, they're like, nope, history stops here, and you can't start new history. Can't start new history with new ceilings, new art ceilings, no more creativity. We're ceasing it at the moment this thing was built, and no more. And I don't know. I find there's like some irony to that. Like, you're so into history, but
not new history.
No progress. We can't have progress. I don't know. Like, I get it. I totally get their point, but I feel like they don't even see the weirdness of what they preach.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, like, there's some kid artist that's probably great at doing ceilings.
Yeah,
and we'll never know who he is.
No,
because there's no new ceilings to paint.
Yeah. True.
So he's doing like I don't know, TD Bank hallways. You know, it's like, I was hoping to do theaters. You know, laying on my back like what's that?
Michael.
Was that Michael Angelo? No, he's the sculptor.
Yeah, right.
Leonardo da Vinci.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, he wanted to be Da Vinci, but now he's got TD Bank. He's doing a couple Chick-fil-A's. He's like, I don't know if historical societies are going to save these for me. I don't.
So let me get this straight. You want Venus de Milo to hold a slice of pizza? Is that what you're saying, though? Paint Venus de Milo with a slice of pizza.
It's not even that cathedral of a ceiling.
You guys know cathedrals are more than... This is 8.5, right? 8.5 foot? Yeah, I could do it without a ladder.
I definitely want to paint this, but does it have to be over the fry cooker? Is it not going to... I think that's going to fade my stuff. I don't think we're going to be able to preserve this for historical reasons at the Chick-fil-A. Yeah, a bunch of fat guys on clouds passing chicken sandwiches to each other about like their fingertips.
Yeah.
And
like just barely touching their fingertips.
Yeah, one fingertip's got ketchup on it, and it's going behind, and like a little angel's licking the ketchup off the finger. Fast food Da Vinci art. Yeah, it wouldn't even be clouds. It'd be like mashed potatoes. Because that cloud, no, it's mashed potatoes. It's American. It's American ceiling fast food art.
That fat guy's laying in a cloud of mashed potatoes. And and the angel's bringing him a bucket of gravy right there. He's got the bucket.
Yeah, instead of playing a harp, he's just got like a bucket of chicken.
Yeah.
Like, is that a harp? No, it's chicken, man. How is he going to feed the fat angels? What are you guys going for here? Spirituality.
A little caption, a little bit of history.
Listen, Da Vinci painted what he saw back then. This is what we see.
What they say, paint what you know. That's
paint what you know, and all I see is fat people with chicken in their hand. That's America to me.
And I'm pretty sure when they sell the bill, they're just going to roll a coat of primer over that. I'm sure they're going to just roll a coat of primer over
there's going to be no historical society protecting that. Nope.
Nah.
No deal.
No. When the next guy takes over, if he doesn't sell chicken, he'll just replace the chicken with pizza.
Yeah.
And he's laying on a cloud of broccoli.
Yeah, they just keep changing it for every new business.
Yeah.
It's a pizza shop now, and just a bucket of pizza. How do you serve pizza in a bucket? Could you make it? Doesn't it get all stuck together? I know, but with the...
We couldn't change everything.
We have the angel in the back tossing the pizza, so we got that. It's in the air.
The Historical Society said we had to leave some of the original artwork, so we just went around we put
breadsticks in the bucket.
Yeah.
We painted breadsticks. The guy in the back's twirling it in the air, and if you notice, there's a little angel throwing pepperoni. Dude, we got it. We got it. Forget about it.
Oh,
bang, boom. My mother's furniture. Got it. Oh, my mother's furniture's got plastic on it.
Oh, hey, Ma.
From Long Island, hey.
Yeah, meatballs.
Meatballs. Sopranos is a documentary. I knew that guy who knew that guy. I had so many Italian friends who were like that with the Sopranos. I got a guy who knows the guy that was based off of. Oh, you knew a guy that guy was based off? Oh, you're tough. Get the fuck away from me. Fucking A. Well,
you're basically in, right?
So, yeah, I basically know him as good as you do. Because you don't know him at all, motherfucker. I always find that weird when people take other people's accomplishments to, like, brag with.
Yeah.
Like, I have a friend that did that. He's like a one-upper, but with other people's ups.
Yeah, like he's still low.
Like I'm like, yo, dude, I was on my dad's fishing boat. I caught a 14-pound striped bass. He's like, dude, my cousin caught a 16-pounder. Okay. Who gives a fuck?
Can I get your?
Were you even there?
Number?
Were you even there? No. Then why are you telling me this? Why are you trying to one up? Like, if you one up me with your story, that's fine. But
yeah, really,
just grab random people. I'm sure my neighbor Steve may have caught a bigger fish too, but I'm not bringing that up.
Oh, do you think we were talking about the biggest fish I ever caught? Oh, no, I was just talking about the one I caught.
Yeah, I was just telling you my story. I didn't know we were going for a whole rundown of the county fishing tournament that doesn't exist but in this room right now.
I didn't even know I was in this race.
Yeah.
Am I in a race?
I can't believe I lost. I didn't even know I was competing.
I used to say it to my friend who's no longer a buddy of mine who's like, we're not friends anymore. But he's always like, not one-upping, but like he was always like trying to just outdo you. And he always. That. And I was like, I said, bro, you know you're winning a race that I didn't even know I was in. Like you're winning a race I'm not even running. Of course you're going to win that one. I didn't even run it because I'm not trying to win. I'm just trying to be me. You should just try to be you.
Yeah.
And wherever that leaves us, I think that should be where you're at. Like, you're trying to be something you're not.
It's like the comedians who like drop comics' names and where they play when you're having a normal conversation with them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're like, what are you doing? Yeah, because last week I was opening for so and so. I was like, is that pertinent to the story, or are you just gonna? Yeah. You just need to put so and so in there to think I give a shit.
No, it's like, man. So Seinfeld said to me, was like, I was talking to him about. Yeah, I was talking to him about pizza, but no, you're right. I do like pepperoni on my pizza.
Yeah.
What?
There was a comic who did a guest spot on my show Friday night, and after the owner was making fun of him because he said, "I'm going to come work on new shit." He goes, "You never work on new shit." And he went up and didn't work on new shit. He just went up and actually kind of shit the bed. So like all the goodwill that was built up from the middle act, dried up by the time I got up.
Right.
And he takes a picture with KP and Tracy Locke and then posts it on Facebook going, "Great show Saturday," like he was on the show. Oh. And he tags me, and I go, I always like to be tagged in pictures I'm not in. And then he goes, well, you were greeting the audience, which is probably what I should have been doing after the show. I go, "Great guest spot. Keep up the good work." Because the owner said he always comes there to hang out and take pictures with the headliner to make it look like he's on the show.
Right.
He'll take pictures with people. He's like, he goes, "Why do you want to act like you're doing things?" It was just like such the weirdest thing. But I'm like, I have to do some passive aggressive. Good guest spot, buddy.
Did they do what's her name? Do the thing?
No, they didn't do that. It wound up not happening. They decided to do something else with her. America's Got Talent was supposed to be there Friday night. For people that don't know, because comedian Julia Scotti is I guess moved on. She's going to be moving on in the competition, so they were going to film there, but they wound up not. So it was just me, couple openers, and nice 12, 13 people.
What about Saturday?
Saturday was like 20.
Okay.
But actually Friday's crowd was more fun, even though they were small. They were louder laughers. Like Saturday night was one of those weird crowds where they're into it, but they're like slapping their leg, but they're not letting out vocal noise. It was like pockets of it. It was very weird. It was like one point where they were like almost like turning on me during my set. Like not turning on me, just really getting cold on me.
Right.
So I like just abandoned my act, and I just went into crowd work and got them back. Yeah. I'm like, what's going? Right. What do we? And then what's happening? I acknowledged it. I called them out for being weird.
Right.
I started crowd like I'm no. We're not. You're not controlling the weirdness.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Which I was talking to KP Burka came and emceed all weekend. He did a great job.
Okay.
And I was talking to him, I'm like, bro, because he was like, wow, that was pretty cool the way you turned that when it looked like it was getting weird. You like got them back and got them really laughing. And I go, bro, not only were you shocked I did that, I was shocked I did that. I said, because because the old me would have just kept trucking along and let it be weird.
Right.
Because I was too afraid to go in to acknowledge.
Right.
But then as the headliner, you're like, I got to make something happen here.
Right.
This ain't a middle act I can bail on when they have more show left.
Right.
And then, twice, 2 nights in a row, I had to talk them through the check spot because we're talking 12 people and then 20 people. Check spot came. They're all not looking at me.
Everybody's got
So I did that advice you gave me where I just acknowledged what was going on.
Right.
And I made it really fun. Like I even watched the guy with his glasses. I'm like, oh, let's all watch him and see how long it takes him to do this math problem. And he's like, I'm done. And he takes his glasses off, puts aside. I'm like, are we all good? And I said, listen. I go, I know this is weird what I'm doing right now, but I can't tell jokes when you guys aren't looking at me.
Yeah.
I said, so if we're all ready, I can get back into this.
See, it's real. It's happening. Mm-hmm. It's in the moment, and you're just fucking around with the moment. What, are you going to ignore it and be like, here's some stuff I always say. I went fishing, guys. Like, what?
Yeah, no, you can't. You see it. You feel it. You're like, this is like, what's going on here? But it's just like a whole new it's just I keep learning with this closing out shows thing. There's always
a new element of things.
It's weird having a weird crowd as a headliner. Like when you're a middle act and they're kind of like soft laughers.
Yeah, you know that you're out in 25. It's not really
right. Well, Tracy's a very good. She's a warm-up comic for Who Wants to Be a Millionaire and Meredith Vieira show. So she was basically doing almost audience warm-up. She had people coming up on the stage. It was like this whole crowd work thing. So then I go up and got to do just jokes, and it was going good. But I'm not going to do that.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I couldn't, I couldn't gauge them because they were. But they were a little weird with her, even though unless she was really interacting them and pulling them up, But it's weird having a crowd that's not just crazy as the headliner. Like I said, Friday night's crowd was 12 or 13 or whatever, but they were just whoa.
Right.
And then Saturdays it was good. It just didn't seem as good at times, but then everybody after the show were telling me how much they loved it.
Right.
Like KP said, he was sitting in the back. He's like, I'm looking. I'm seeing the tables smacking their legs, but they're just not letting out laughs. And I go, yeah, dude, all I saw was smiles and head nods. And it's listen, I know when I'm bombing and they're not into me, they're looking everywhere else.
And the energy in the room tells it. It doesn't really matter if you're hearing a lot of noise. You can sense the enjoyment. If everybody's tight and oh, this really fucking sucks, that's in there. That's out there.
Yeah.
The universe picks it up and it's palatable. You can feel that.
Yeah, and I'm sure there was a couple people that were feeling that, but that's what I thought they were. But the people that I thought were feeling that told me how much they loved it. And I'm like, you guys suck at audience.
That's what I love to do, though, is tell them that.
No, I did. I did tell them that. I told this woman, I go, I know. Listen, you look like you hate me. She's like, no, I'm having a great time. I'm like, you don't look like it.
Well, I never put in their words what I always say, you with your face laughing, very sweet. But I am very insecure. I have a lot of low self-esteem. And your face laughing isn't going to fill the void tonight.
Yeah.
I need volume. I need noise out of your face so I know that I'm doing my job. Because if not, I'm going to drive home today and probably cry for 30 of the minutes. And that's not cool. So either let me hear you laughing or fucking fake it. I don't care. Either one. Make me feel good. Yeah. And they usually get it because a lot of times when it's only 20 people, they're self-conscious of their laughs. They're annoyed how they laugh.
Oh, they are, yeah.
They're self-conscious, they giggle. I don't want to hear that. Or they have a snorting laugh. And they don't want to hear that because there's only 20 people and it's going to be loud and uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So you just let them know you can. And it's always – I was in a theater – was it Friday night? Friday night. And there was a girl – who had a laugh that was Thursday night, was so awesome. Her laugh was so awesome. And she was in the front row, and she was like, and she was just having so much fun. And I was like, that's what I need. And then it was like some woman, I couldn't see her. It was a big theater. I'm like, I need that. I don't need fakes laughing. I need that laughing. And then it all settles down. She's like, ha, 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 ha. Like a sarcastic laugh. And I was like, and then everybody laughed. And I waited for that to settle down. I was like, is this a fundraiser for her? Is this special? Oh, thank you for coming. I hope we can get you your helmet. And then everyone laughed. And I was like, you thought you were going to win? You thought you were going to win.
Yeah.
But she had such a good laugh that it was infectious. People around her were laughing. But it was a theater, and no one can see her, so she was comfortable. I bet you in a 20-roomer, she would have put her head down like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. It is so weird, though. Like you're sitting there like as a headliner, and you're trying to earn it every night. Like, they have no idea who you are.
Yeah.
And you got to, keep them going. I did 55 minutes Saturday night, and it was good. It ended really well. And but you're sitting there, you're like, I did 45 last night and had so much more fun with a smaller crowd.
Right.
And I did 45 because they had 2 guest spots, so the time was stretched out. You know.
Saturday night had none.
No guest spots, thank God.
Oh.
There was rumors that a few were going to show up. I'm like, come on, man. I just want to do a show.
And I'm not saying it's a right or wrong thing because, look.
One guest spot I can deal with. Listen,
yeah.
I'm all for a new comic needing to audition, come in, do 5 minutes. But there was a kid that came in Friday night. I forget his name. I just became friends with him on Facebook. Young kid, been doing comedy 2 years from the Philly area.
Right.
Very monotone, almost he looks like a serial killer almost.
Right.
But funny for 2 years.
Right.
2 years funny, very good. And he went up after KP before the feature, which is good. We didn't need the second one. The second 10-minute spot after the feature got everybody ready. It's showtime to go up, and I don't need you to work on new material on my Friday night show.
No, that's the difference. Doing a guest spot, I'm all for stage time in front of real audiences, especially for younger comics.
Right.
But you give a guy a brand new comic who's been doing it 2 or 3 years, say, listen, I'm going to give you an 8-minute spot. Give me your best material every week. I'll let you do it. I'll do 2 of those a week. You don't get it every week. I'll give it to the local guys. Let the local guys come in and give an 8-minute spot, but they have to give me their best.
Yeah.
Not a workout room. This isn't a workout room.
Yeah, you don't need a guy to like when I go show up at the comedy shop when any of you guys are working and I'm not on the show, I would never be like, "Could I get a guest spot?"
Yeah,
no, go hang out at the club, but you're working. You don't need the guest spot.
But that's the thing. I appreciate. I kind of like giving a guest spot each show. Just I think it's good for comics to get in front of a real crowd if they're open mic guys all week long.
Right, if they're that level. But say
you show up in one of my shows. I'm not saying you don't get a spot, but unless it's a showcase show, get out. Joe's not going to ask for a spot anyhow.
Right, or unless you're or you just say, hey, you want to do time, but I don't come expecting time.
Correct. Or I might say, hey, dude, I got to work out this 4.5 minute set for a showcase. Can I come and do it?
Yeah, or Voss did it to me one time. I showed up at the comedy shop, and I forget whoever the feature was, but he was eating it. And he goes, hey, why don't you go up and do 5 minutes?
Right.
And I'm like...
He wanted you to right the ship.
When I was and I go, I don't know, I'm not on the show. I was like, it's up to James. He's like, well, it's my show. He's like, I'm the headliner, so you go up. So I went up, and then I did it. But I didn't go there looking for that.
Right.
I literally was trying not to because I'm I saw him eating it, and I'm like, this crowd must stink. So I'm like, no, I don't want to go eat it too.
I'm off
because he was. From what I remember, it was a comic we know or something. I forget who it was, but I'm like, it wasn't somebody. It was somebody I was shocked they were doing that.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm like, I'm like, oh, thank you. You're offering me this amazing crowd. Please give me some of that. Give me some of. I was feeling so good today. I figured let me come here and ruin it.
But James, no one comes to James's room looking for guest spots because he never gives it. So he's not set that tone,
and that's good though. I like that.
Right, Mike has set that tone. See, to me, what I would do if I had a room like that, I don't want a room. I'm saying if I was a guy booking a room, I would tell guys, newer, comics, here's my email, and every week I'll pick 2 5-minute guests, 6-minute guest spots, and the guys who I know are good.
Yeah.
Just giving him some time. But nobody shows up. Nobody shows up and does time.
Yeah, see, I don't fault Mike because it's his room and whatever he wants to do, he does.
Right.
And that kid actually showed up and had the balls to just show up unprovoked and just ask. He goes, "Hi, I'm a comedian. Right. I was wondering if I could, maybe do some time. Like, how do I get like time on your stage?"
Right.
And Mike goes, "All right, do it tonight." But he's a hustling kid 2 years in.
Right.
Like I said, I don't mind that. To me, that's cool. You know what I mean? I'm all for giving young kids.
No workout room, though. No guys who have been around for a while. No, not newer, younger comics who don't get normal shows, who, you know what, I'm going to give you a little break. Once every 2 months, I'll let you go to that spot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But James doesn't do that, which is fine, too. But that's why no one just shows up, because he's not getting a guest spot.
Yeah. But otherwise, the shows were good. It's just, it was Father's Day weekend, graduations weekend, beautiful weather. I mean, it was like really even the restaurant. Friday night, the restaurant was packed. But Saturday night, it wasn't really packed. I dipped in there. So it wasn't like, it was just one of those weekends. I'm headlining Governors this weekend. And I know graduation weekends, it's over. Like if I have, and that place is big. It's going to be a very uncomfortable weekend for me. And that, unfortunately, at our levels, those are weekends the clubs are throwing us.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Absolutely. Like, all right, well, I need a cheap act.
Absolutely.
That I could pay this weekend to get through it.
Yeah.
And I'll take it gladly. Let's go.
They let me headline their other two rooms. I do really well in those other rooms. So now they're giving me their main room. This is their main joint. Headlining Governors is like a big thing.
Yeah.
So to them, and they're going to give me this kind of probably shit weekend, which I'm fine with. I don't care. What are you doing Friday? Are you working?
No, I'm off. I'm actually going out to dinner with taking Carrie out to dinner.
Oh, okay.
Garlic Rose. I was going to come out to you with Governors, but I've been working so much and haven't been doing shit with her. So I'm like, I was going to
get you a guest spot.
I know. I thought about it, but I'm like, we haven't been doing anything. Like, I've been like coming home, she's sleeping. I wake up, she's gone. Type of scheduling. So I'm like, you know what? Let me just take her out.
Right.
Build some goodwill. I'm sure I'll be able to get in there again in the future.
Yeah.
If
I do okay, I'll be back, hopefully.
I'm sure you'll be fine. That's why Michael was
I'll get you another one.
What? Huh?
I'll get you the next time the son gives me McGuire's. If he gives me a weekend at McGuire's, I'm going to see if I can bring you out.
That'll be cool. Yeah, the dude Mike from the Comedy Works was like, he's like, I'm sorry, there's not more people here. I'm like apologizing to me, and I'm like, dude, I'm happy you're giving me headline spots, man.
Right.
I'm grateful to be here. I tried pushing it for you, but I don't know if you realize.
I don't really have a long
after
reach.
My mother, my fan base takes a big dip. I mean, she's great. She makes me feel like a star, but she can't be everywhere. She can't multiply.
You're freezing up. Did it freeze up on the audio?
Barely.
Okay.
Barely, but that's that. So it was actually a good weekend, nonetheless.
Okay.
And he liked KP, and I always like when I get a friend into a place.
Right.
And I told him, I was like, if you don't mind, I was like, next time I'm here, I'll bring somebody else. I'm like,
right,
because his girlfriend said that she goes, I asked him why you haven't been back in a while, and because she's like, he forgets and he keeps having the same guys back. I was like, well, thanks for pushing for me. I appreciate it.
Cool.
I was like, I'd like to come back once a year, even if you put it different times. You know what I mean? I don't need twice a year down here. Once is fine.
Right.
And he's like, yeah, we'll have to do it. And then they both want you back down there. Him and his fiance. He's getting married.
She likes me. Yeah.
And they're like, why don't you get Gaffney? Help us get Gaffney down here. I'm like, I go, I'm not his manager.
Yeah.
I was basically defending why you're not down there for like a half hour. I'm like, he can make more money other places.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, but what if there's a hole in his schedule? I'm like, well, that they want more money in that hole. You know what I mean? Like
yeah, you have to. It's like, well, the dam is leaking. Put this thumbtack in it. Well, no, it's a boulder size. Yeah, but put the thumbtack in. No,
well, I
the
said
thumbtack ain't going to stop the water.
Yeah. I was like, I don't know. I go, maybe your best bet is trying him next summer because summers could be dead, but he's not going to work for summer pay. You're still going to have to pay.
Right.
You know, and he's like, well, maybe I'll do that. He goes, why don't you guys do a double headliner show? I'm like, I'm fine with that, but you still got to pay him. I don't know how that's going to change.
Extra money.
Yeah, like now you're going to make it more? Oh, we're calling it double headliner and you're paying me feature money.
Yeah.
I'll come feature for my pal, but you got to just be honest with it. Don't call me that. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to make me believe I'm something I'm not.
He's co-headlining with you. Here's 100.
Joe gets summer pay, you get regular pay.
Yeah.
So you're going to pay double.
See, and I like that room. I always did.
Yeah.
I always liked it. It's a fun room to do. But, again, I put everything into Tom's hands, and if the money is like it was when I didn't have Tom, I can see why I'm not there.
I promised him I'd help him get you back there.
And filling holes, he's right. Why would we not fill a hole? Absolutely, we would fill a hole with that place. But even with filling the hole, it's not enough.
Yeah.
Because Tom will be like for instance, next month I got July is slow, but I'm filling holes with some spots in the city, which will probably be just as much as I would have made traveling to Philly or to Bristol. It's like, and I could just drive over the bridge, do the spots, and go home.
I told him, I was like, dude, he loves this room. He has a fan base. He has people that come out to see him down there. He does love the room. I was like, if just up the money.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just how you get anybody that you can't get.
Yep.
I mean, it's simple as that.
Yeah.
And try and sell the shit out of it. And then he's like, well, maybe if I get it, maybe I can get him on a night where I know I make good money, like Valentine's Day. I go, there you go. Book Mike for Valentine's Day. Headliner Mike Gaffney. You'll make your money. He'll make good money. And then you can get him here.
Now, between me and you.
On the live podcast? No. Just between me and you.
Hey,
and
guys, earmuffs, guys. Earmuffs. For a second. On Valentine's Day, New Year's Eve, those kind of days, the money
Jacks
is
up.
really good. You know what I'm saying?
No, I think he gets that, and that's why he could justify it, because he's pulling in more. Like, it's a guaranteed, sellouts.
Right. So he would have to, the money, what he's probably paying the other guys to headline those things, would probably be double.
Yeah.
Because Tom gets it other places, especially New Year's. He wanted me last New Year's, I think. He was like, hey, can I get you for New Year's? And I was okay, remember, because he has that big room upstairs. He does New Year's Eve. Yeah. And I was like, yeah, I'd do that. I don't give a shit. And I passed it on to Tom. But Tom's like, dude, you can probably make $1,500 in Albany for one night.
Right.
I'm like, well
I'll do that then.
I gotta have to do that one. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So if Michael listens to the podcast, if this is his first time, to hear it, I did it for you. Now it's all out there.
Yeah, no.
I asked him for you, and he answered for you. You can replay this.
Yes. If you do listen, this is not. It's not a personal thing, because I really do like the room, and I always have liked the room. We both
love the room. It's an amazing room.
Yeah, it's fun. I always have a good time. I always have fun there, and I just can't cross out a part of my schedule for a little bit of money, because Tom's trying to get me to pay my bills, and he knows what my weekly nut is, and that doesn't come close.
Yeah,
unfortunately.
Yeah,
believe me, I want it to come close. It just doesn't.
All right. Well, that's that. Mike got his answer. If he listens, I'm not going to promote it to him, but if he does listen to the podcast for the first time, Mike wants to be down there. I do. Mike needs more money than me.
I was in Portland, Maine this week.
I saw that. Nice pictures of food and shit, man.
Dude, I've never been to Maine. You been to Maine before?
No.
I even said this in a Snapchat. I'm like, I drive a lot of places where there's nothing. We drive through Pennsylvania with nothing. But their nothing was nice. Their nothing looked good.
My father and my brother used to go hunting there every year, and they'd take pictures and shit.
Right.
And it was my brother's like when you see a moose standing next to you, he's like, it's the most humongous thing ever.
Yeah.
Or he'll be walking through the woods, he said, and you'd see lines on the trees, and then the hunting guy would be like, oh, that's bear claw marks.
Right.
He's like, Jesus Christ, like checking his gun. Bear claw marks.
So I got there. I was in New Hampshire Thursday, Maine Friday, and Saturday was Beverly, Massachusetts. When I got up to New Hampshire Thursday, I don't know the areas. Yeah, I see it, Joe. I don't know the areas.
You want to explain to them which is that? Because you didn't play it off well.
I was talking. All right, I was telling a story.
All right, you guys know that past listeners know that if I have to get up to do anything, Mike never keeps talking. He just acknowledges that I left.
I didn't this time.
And I know, but I was afraid you weren't.
Still needed me to do it.
No, I was afraid you would know where I was going, so I started pantomiming.
First off, I want you guys to know. I'm talking. I'm not really looking at the screen. I'm telling a story, and then I look up, and he's kind of disappearing from the Skype screen, and then in comes his hand puppet in back into the screen, and he mimes keep talking with his hand. I'm like, this isn't helping. He's not there to see me nod because I'm trying not to acknowledge that he left. So I'm like, and he's still doing that. I'm like, I see you, Joe. I see it.
All right.
Joe.
Well, for the future, that'll be the signal. I'll do this.
And then he came right back.
Because my door slid open and I was hearing outside noise. It was distracting. Anyway, Portland, Maine.
New Hampshire first.
Okay,
so I'm in New Hampshire, and I look on cheaptickets.com for hotel rooms, and I don't know the area. So like 18 miles away from the theater that night was I got a hotel.
That's far, huh?
Yeah, I know. That's my point. I really wasn't.
I would say I'm shocked. That's where you picked.
It was 18 miles from the theater.
Okay.
However, I have like cheap ticket, like coupons and shit, like coupon codes. So I got like a beautiful room. It was like normally $190, like $105 for the night.
Oh, wow.
So, but I drove up this mountain, and you go up this mountain. It was in the forest of New Hampshire, and it was like all these beautiful, huge ski lodges, like nice hotel lodges, and I guess skiing and hiking and like rafting and shit like that. So you go up this mountain, and it was just beautiful, beautiful place. Like I would have liked to have stayed the next day and rode a bike around. You know what I mean?
Right.
But Friday's gig was in Portland, which was 2-3 hours away from where we were at.
Okay.
So I had to drive there, and then they got me a room in Portland for the night. So I got there, did the gig in Portland. Then the next day we had a gig an hour and 45 minutes south in Massachusetts, but I hung out in Portland all day.
Okay.
And I went and got food. Went to a place Friday night after the gig, right across the street, a place called Taco Escobar's. How cool is that name?
That's a great name.
Right?
Taco Escobar's.
It was fucking the best. And they had the best tacos. I had 5 tacos at the bar.
Yeah.
And then ordered 4 more for my hotel room.
That's disgusting.
Oh, it was so disgusting. By the third one at the hotel room, I was like in my room. I had to take my shirt completely off just because I felt so uncomfortable. I'm like, oh.
I just picture you double fisting tacos, like chicken steak, left, right.
Yeah, it was. And the girl at the bar was like, she was, my suggestion, get the crispy tacos, not the soft shell. I'm like, but I like soft shells. I like to wrap it around.
Yeah.
So I got 3 and 2 crispies. She was right. The crispies was the way to go. They deep fry the shell so it doesn't crumble in your hand. It's just like when it breaks around the food. Oh,
yeah.
It was top notch.
Now what I like, some like taco joints, they'll take the soft taco, right? Put a very thin layer of the con queso cheese.
Right.
And then wrap that around the fucking hard so even when it breaks, it's like still there.
Yeah, smart.
It's like a nice little, oh my God. It's like genius.
Dude, you would love this place. And this place, even everybody was like, there was like people from the show that came into the place and then they were Facebooking me. Well, I'm so glad you went to Taco Escobar's. That's the place to go. And like, we're in Portland, Maine, and Taco Escobar was the joint to go to.
I gotta look for a gig in Portland, Maine. I wonder how far. I have to see how far it is from Vermont. I was talking to some club in Vermont about doing a one-nighter.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's past Vermont, right? I mean, isn't Maine way up?
Yeah, it's past Vermont, but I mean, if I do one night, I'll drive, eat, and then drive home if I'm already driving. I have to see how far it is, though.
I would say, it'd probably be like in 2 hours.
I'd drive 2 hours for a good taco.
You would like, it's a nice neighborhood. You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah.
a nice. Oh man,
What
can I
happened?
just comment on everybody going live on Facebook? I don't give a fuck about you live. I mean, who are you?
Yeah, it's ruined now.
It's totally ruined. I'm not going to mention names, but I'll just make names like Joe Smith's going live. Joe Smith, you're a mechanic. I don't give a fuck if you're live. What are you going to tell me today?
Yeah, it was. Cool. I felt special when I went live because I was like one of the few that had it.
Yeah.
We were like, oh wow, this is like special. And now everyone's going live. I'll wait till everyone goes live, like elections with all their fucking opinions.
Right. I mean, if you're an orator, if you're someone who talks a lot, if that's what you do for a living, you're a comic, you're a fucking professor, you're a poet, I'll listen to you live.
Right.
You're a fucking mechanic. You work in an office building. What are you telling me? What are you going live for? Who told you were entertaining? Why do people think that everyone's an entertainer because you might have made a chuckle at the office party?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, at the diner, you're fucking hilarious, and now you're going to go live?
Everyone is it. It's just like that thing. It's like there's so much access now that anybody could be anything. They were talking about that, how like YouTube stars outdraw comedians.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I mean? And like younger people, that's who they pay to go see.
Yeah, Vine stars blow you away.
Yeah, it's just because there was a Opie and Anthony this past year where there was this famous YouTube star girl that was on, some blonde or whatever.
Yeah, Jenna Marbles.
Was that her? Maybe. Yeah. And Tom Papa was on, and she was saying she considers it stand up. He's like, no, it's not stand up.
Yeah,
and like they were having this argument about it, and Pete Davidson was saying it, and it's like, no, it's not stand up because you can edit it.
Right.
She goes, yeah, but the comments you get are very brutal. It's like, yeah, but you're not in the room.
Yeah,
It's totally not even close.
No. But I know, like, there's a couple of girls, like Vine, like a Vine girl I follow, like on Snapchat and on Twitter.
Uh-huh.
She's got mad followers. She's talented because she's in little movies. She hangs with talented people. She's talented. She's funny. You know what I mean? She makes me laugh. I think everything out there that you can bring people to the game, go for it. But when they come to the game, you better have some talent to show them because they ain't coming back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that guy. I'm not saying he's not talented. John Lujois, one, that I opened for up in comics.
Yeah.
He was like one of the first people. I mean, that was fucking 6 years ago. He was a YouTube sensation, and he started to do YouTube stuff. And then he brought it, and his management was like, why don't you develop a stand-up comedy act around all your YouTube stuff? Now, his YouTube was killer. It was like mad famous. So when he came, he had a little bit of jokes. He was funny, very funny guy. But then he would do his YouTube act out and show videos. That was one time. He's never been back to comics since. Did he do well? Yeah, it was funny. And he sold out 2 nights of the 2 shows out of the 6. He sold out. The other ones not so much. Uh-huh. But they're not bringing that. They brought it back. They did it once. And not saying he wasn't funny and talented, but no one came back. No one bought it again.
Yeah, we have to up our video game because we do have the chops to.
Correct.
People came out to entertain. It's like almost like fuck trying to write new CDs. Just get a good act together, then just fucking make these videos. People don't want to buy the CDs.
No, let's make videos.
You better than buy
videos to get them to come to the show,
to the live show.
Yeah,
yeah, man. I think it's just what we have to do. I think because that's what people are watching.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. People, Real short videos too. You have to like attention span theater, like fucking short attention span theater. It's like got to make like 3-minute videos.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like max. Like that's the director's cut is 3 minutes.
Yeah,
you know. I just go based on my own. I mean, my own level of attention span. It's like,
right.
If you ain't got me, I'm out.
Right.
Yeah, I give you like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Dude, know whose special I saw that was fucking amazing, man? Big J. Okerson.
Oh, I tuned in. I was like, ooh, Big J. Okerson special. And he was like, all right, good night, guys. And I was like, well,
dude, honestly, you know, like a lot of specials come out and you're like, oh, they're not that special, or like they're good for like 20 minutes. And you're like, this is a real special. It's like a legit comic, like doing an hour that's like all good.
Right.
Like, you're just like, it's like about time they put out a special.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I heard from mostly his crew, so I didn't know how true it was. You know what I mean?
No, and you know, I've always been a fan of his, but I would not, I would not shy away from saying it bored me.
Right.
You know what I mean, or something if it did. But I would, and I think holding a stand-up comedian's attention is harder.
Right. Because you've seen everything.
It's just so funny. Like, it just, the whole setup cracked me up. It was like a rock show. He had like a rock band on the stage.
Yeah,
and he comes out like this rock star, but then sits on a stool for an hour.
Yeah.
Crowd works. It was just...
That was at Webster Hall.
It was just... It's really good, man.
It's crowd work and regular material?
Yeah, he just does it so... You can, like, I was talking about it with KP. It's like you can really see, like, where Patrice influenced him.
Yeah.
Like, the whole sitting down... Like, you could tell stuff's material, but he's just like he's shooting the shit up there.
Right. He's just very conversationalist.
Very conversational. And you're just watching it. You're like, I mean, this is my opinion. It's just like, of like I guess comics of his generation. I just don't think anybody's better. I mean, he just is that good.
Right.
Like, because even when he's a little dirty, it's like so funny.
Yeah.
Like, it's like undeniable. It's like, it's not like dirty to be like dirty.
Yeah. No,
you know what I mean? I was just like, it was the first one that I just was like, wow. You know what I mean? It was good. Good shit. So I definitely recommend it to anybody. That was a Comedy Central special that I watched all the way through.
Yeah, I saw it. I saw like on my the guide. I was like, oh, cool, and I didn't see the timing, so I hit enter, and as soon as I hit enter, he's like, all right, man, thanks, I love you. I was like, well, that sucked.
Yeah,
but I think it's on demand.
He looked high as fuck though. Like, his eyes look so like squinty. I don't know if that's I don't know him well. I'm not around him a lot, so I don't know if that's his regular eye thing. But I'm like, he's either high as fuck or smokes so much pot that his eyes are permanently look high as fuck.
See, like, it's funny because I don't ever see him. I mean, I know he hangs out with some potheads, but I never see him like smoked up. I never see him hanging when they're smoking.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he has like that, just the Jim Brewer face where you just look high even though you're not. I mean, he didn't seem it. Like, he seemed sharp and like he does this stuff about being a single father, a father of a daughter. That's so funny, dude. Like, you'd appreciate it. It's just, 'cause it's more like you talk about your daughter. His more is like on the creepy level. Like folding little girls' underwear and stuff. Like it's just. I don't even remember the jokes to tell them, but it's just so damn funny.
Right.
That, like.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen a lot of people post about it saying it's hilarious, but there are people who know him, so I'm
yeah. Like it was like he talks about, like how hard it is. He goes, having a daughter, it's a big price to pay for some good puss. like being a parent, like strong price to pay. I just thought that was a great way to get into it. But
I'm gonna watch it. Maybe I'll watch it tonight. I put my car in the shop to get the air conditioner fixed.
Nice. How much is that? Too much.
Fucking son of a bitch. I took it to another mechanic because I thought Firestone was like corporate pricing.
Yeah.
I took it to a local dude, like a dude that does my family's cars here and there. Fuck, he was $400 more.
Yeah, man, that shit's expensive, bro.
He's like he even did it right in front of me. Called 3 places right in front of me. Then he pulled up a pricing for the compressor, and he's like, "This is used compressor, a refurb compressor, it's still 8 and change.
Yeah.
He's like 8 and change plus this piece that I have to put in. He's like, and the labor's $450. He's like, you're at $1,400.
Ugh.
And I was like, all right. And then I went back to Firestone, and they're at like before tax $1,010.
1,000. Yeah, it's no brainer.
Yeah, I mean, I have to do it. So I was talking to the guy. I'm like, listen, my car's running really nice. I mean, I'm lucky. Thank God. It sounds really good for a car. It just doesn't go fast, but it never did. So it's not like it's affected.
Right.
It's because it's getting old. And I was like, it's 196,000 miles. What do you think? He's like, wow, it's a Toyota, man. You got a while.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm like, good.
I hate that. Like, you bring a car. This is always with me when I bring my car to a mechanic. I always get that too soon phone call. You're like, well, the work's not done. This ain't a good call.
Yeah.
And it's always like, I know we're doing this, but on the way to that, we noticed that your shaft shuffle thing is bent a little bit, or maybe
you
needs
cannot do it now.
New gasket, but
you can wait. We're
on
in
the
there.
labor if you do it now.
We're in there now.
So that's gonna be double what I told you. Then you're like, all right. Then phone call rings again. On the way to the shaft, the shuffle bender thing, we noticed that a gasket was kind of ripped. You're just like,
do me a favor. Get the
I
fucking
don't know
car
if you're
running.
fucking me over, man.
Right.
I don't trust anybody when it comes to cars.
Here's what I'll tell you. Here's what they did to me. And this is why I didn't trust them, but since I got to do it because I have the credit card with them. I have to do it. I have no choice. But about last year, like last September, I got my oil changed at the Quick Lube, right? Get my oil changed. I got brand new wipers. Swear to God, less than 12 hours later, I brought the car to Firestone just to get the air conditioner looked at. This was last year. He was like, we looked at your air conditioner. We put a little Freon in there. It's like it was like $75 to get a shot of Freon in. He's like, we noticed you need new wipers. I'm like, are you fucking shitting me? He's like, yeah, the mechanic was noticing you need new wipers. I'm like, really? Because I got them 12 hours ago, and it hasn't rained yet. And he's like, I don't know what he saw. He's like, I don't know what he saw then. Never mind. I was like, yeah, thanks. See, they do those because what were the odds that I got my wipers 12 hours ago?
Yeah.
So you got them 8 months ago. Maybe they need a new one. Okay, throw them on.
Yeah.
They just took a shot.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Took a shot. You need new wipers. Just got them yesterday. Oh, no, you don't need wipers. My bad. Wrong car. So I was like, you fucking douchebags.
Yeah. Dude, you know what? I just Kerry for her birthday this year. I was like, I don't know what to get you. You don't wear jewelry. You don't like. She goes, I want to get my car detailed. Get some of those, get it all cleaned up to a new car. I'm like, all right, if that's what you want. So I take it, $250.
Right.
They buff out scratches. I mean, it looked great. Dude, 20 seconds after we pull out of the lot, some freak rainstorm comes and just showers over everything. It was like biblical rain. I'm like, oh, you motherfucker. And now I'm walking and that first day it looked good, shiny wheels. Looked like it came out of a showroom. Yeah. I'm like, okay, good, $250 was worth it. It's like a week and a half later, and I pull up to my house. I'm like, this looks like the same piece of shit.
Yeah.
Like it don't look. I'm like, I just feel like
you don't feel like you got your money worth there.
I don't. She loves it. It's very clean inside.
Right,
she's happier than shit. But I'm like, all right, if you weren't happy, I'd be real miserable right now. Like you're the only thing that's making me happy about this $250.
Did they do the inside good though? They got the inside. Really
Everything's good. Everything was great. So I just tell in my head, I'm like, don't think about it as detailing. Just think about it. You gave your wife $250, and that's what she did with it.
Right. There you go.
There you go. Just move on, because I'm like, I would never pay that. I paid it for my dad's car when I got it. Because my dad was so sloppy. Like, this car was in fucked up shape.
Right.
Like, even to the point where I got there and it wasn't even done that well. And I'm like, dude, what the fuck? I know this car was very, very messy. I'm like, yeah, I know. That's why I'm paying you $200, because I don't want to do it. What do you mean this car's very, very messy? Yeah, man. That's why we're here. If it was mildly messy, I'd be home with my vacuum. Very, very messy. Yeah.
Is that in your quote book? Very, very messy.
Okay, so my car's still dirty because it was very, very messy. I think my payment's going to be very, very short.
Yeah,
I don't know.
very light.
Yeah, very light on this payment. I know you said 200, but it's very, very too expensive for what you did.
Because it's not very, very dirty anymore, but it's kind of still dirty.
I got 2 more free car washes out of that. So I was like, because the dude's like, I don't know what to tell you. Because I was like, dude, you got to get in these crevices, man. It was like where like the drive and like reverse lights are. It was all corroded. I don't know if my dad spilled coffee or burritos or something there. It was just like shit there.
Coffee or burritos.
That was,
you were like a really good crime scene investigator. Detective Fernandes, what do you think? It's either coffee or
I
burritos.
was saying next when we cleaned out his house after he died, it was booze, coffee, White Castles, and burritos. You're like, I wonder why Dad had a heart problem.
Yeah.
And I go, bro, is that acceptable to you? He's like, I don't know. All right, I'll give you 2 free car washes. I'm like,
or clean it.
Clean it. So he cleans it, and then he gave me the free car washes anyway. But I'm like, ugh.
To me, the $200, like, because like I go, like, I just bring, like, every like 8 months I'll take my car for the full washing. You know what I mean? Like the really good, like where they go inside, not detailing, but they go, like, I pay $49 and they take the car. It takes about a half hour. They get inside. There's a lot of cleaning stuff going inside, a lot of vacuuming, a lot of scrubbing on mats. They're not really detailed because you can get in, you can still see some dust in there. But I do that like every 8 months. For the most part, I do the general quick wipe down of the interior and quick vacuum in exterior, which with my oil change is like $19.
Yeah.
But after like 8 months, I see like it really gets dirty, like in the crevices. I'll pay whatever it costs to get that out of there. I can't get it.
Yeah.
No matter what I put down there, it never gets it out. Like under the emergency brake, that little thing down there, I can't clean that shit.
Yeah, this new place got it out good for Kerry. The old place I went to, they just they tried something and they were like, sorry, too dirty. We don't have that tool. You mean the tool that cleans none of us can? The tool that the whole reason why we're here for you? For the difficult job? Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
I need a vacuum. I got a vacuum. I got a Dyson, like a handheld.
Oh, that's a good one.
Oh yeah, dude.
Dyson's a good model. We're not going to talk about vacuums, though. I can tell you that right now.
No, I do got to buy. Yeah, no. I'm just saying.
I know, but I just
mine looks. Dude, it's so futuristic. It looks like a Star Wars, like ray gun. If you maybe remember that HBO series? It wasn't a series. I think it was a one-off called Hardware Wars.
Oh no!
Where they like did a spoof on Star Wars, but it was Hardware Wars, and they had like the Han Solo character had like a drill gun. It was like it was just like, I wonder if I can find that on YouTube. It's probably god awful, but as a kid, you're like, this is hilarious. It's like Star Wars, but with power tools. Hardware Wars. Yeah, Pete. No, who was the? I wonder if I can find it. What were you saying?
Pete who? What are you looking for now?
I'm just looking up Hardware Wars while you were about to say what you were going to say.
Oh, shit. Hey, did you watch Silicon Valley last night?
No, I didn't. I have it on my DVR.
Okay. You see that new show, Roadies, coming out?
I saw like an ad for it.
What happened? Oh, you said that you. I asked what happened to Dyson. You said it was only 6 episodes.
Yeah. Here's the names of the characters in Hardware Wars. 4Q2. That's R2D2. Fluke Starbucker. Augie Ben Doggy. Princess Anne Droid.
Oh my God.
Ham Salad instead of Han Solo. Yeah, man. I'll send you a link to this. It's fucking goofy as fuck.
Was it just one day, one show?
Yeah, it was consisted of, I think it was just a 1 out, yeah.
Yeah.
13 minutes. Yeah, it's 13 minutes. It was an $8,000 budget. In 1978 really? It was made. No, yeah.
Really?
Hardware Wars. I'll post it on the All in Their Heads podcast Facebook page. For
what?
I'm just saying, if you guys want to see Hardware Wars.
Yeah, Roadies is that's the name of it, right? Roadies. Ron White's in that.
Who?
Ron White, comedian Ron White.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I like Ron White. I'd like to see him live.
Huh?
I'd like to see him live. If
I think I'm going to go see him. Kathleen is like best friends with him. She's staying right now. She's building a house in Nashville, and she's staying at his house.
Oh, okay.
So she sent me a picture yesterday. She was going home. Her and her friend Jody were going home, and Ron decided he was coming home, and she's been staying there. And he has a house on the West Coast too. He's been living on the West Coast house, but he's close to the East. He was working over here in Atlantic City. He wanted to go home. He's got a private jet. Wanted to go home, watch the Masters.
Okay.
So they're big golf people. His house is a mansion, and it's on a golf course. And so she took a picture, from the balcony of his pool. She said, because I was texting, I was like, I hope Ron's not inconveniencing you guys, and it's his house. And I'm saying, yeah. she's like, yeah. He's like, he's smoking a cigar. Obviously, he doesn't know the rules. He's smoking. Who smokes inside the house? And then she took a picture of the outside. She's like, you got all that area, you old fuck. Go out there and smoke.
He's a guy. He's one of those comics that give you hope because he was like doing it for so many years before he broke.
Yeah.
Big,
Yeah, we were talking about him Thursday night. Like, he had a van. He lived in a van. He slept in a van. He would go to all the gigs and just sleep in a van so he could save money on hotels.
Yeah, and just a good comedian. Then when he finally got put in the public,
yeah,
they were like, oh, this guy's amazing.
Yep. And he is rich.
Oh, disgusting.
When we were talking about him, she's like, unlike all the rest of that crew, like Foxworthy, very smart businessman.
He's like a billionaire.
Yeah. He's got money put aside. He's like a normal person. Like, he spent Bill Engvall, doesn't have to work. She said, Ron, how do you still need a gig? How do you still need a weekend? I was like, yeah. How are you still emailing bookers? She's like, yeah. How are you still at that point? She goes, you shouldn't need a gig.
Right.
But I'm like, yeah, but he's the rock star of the group. And he is. He's the rock star, man. Fucking private jet, private bus. You know what I mean? Huge mansion, huge house built on a hill.
Why wouldn't you work though? You found that you could. You know why? Because he probably busted his balls in the van for so many years. Probably never thought that would happen. No,
that's what we all said. We were trying.
And it's like, this is what I've always wanted. I'm just going to keep doing this.
Exactly.
Why stop?
But she means like he has to, like, to pay the nuts.
Oh, so he's such a big spender.
Yeah, like, how are you in this position?
Yeah, you know what? I'd probably live that way too. It's like
I say he's a rock star.
I sell theaters all over the place. Yeah, I want a big fucking house on a golf course.
Yeah.
I think he's got a few ex-wives too. He's probably throwing some money at.
He's got a wife now. He's like, he had to build a house. He built like a $4 million home on the on like a cliff in L.A. or like right outside of L.A. She's like, it's stupid. You can't. There's no backyard. There's no deck. The deck is right there, and it's just a hill.
Yeah.
It's like there's no property. She goes, he should divorce her, give her that house, and then he'll be out of that. That bill,
right.
That nut will be gone. You ain't like that. You don't have to worry about making that money. But no, she's his house is huge. It's like 3 floors. It's like a nice.
So what? When he comes in the area, she's going to get you into one of his shows.
I'm going to ask when he comes around. He was in Atlantic City. I work most of the weekend, so it's hard to see these shows.
Yeah, that's why when I picked up those Jay Leno tickets when I went on sale, it was a Sunday night in November.
That's
perfect.
Yeah,
right in Montclair. I'm 20 minutes from my house.
I mean, I want to see all of these great names. I also have to pay bills.
It's so amazing. Because I learned about it on Facebook, like an ad for the Wellmont came up.
Yeah. And
then you look at the comments, people are like, it's like, Jay Leno's coming to the Wellmont. They're like, no thanks. Guy's a hack. I'm like, Jay Leno?
Yeah.
Like, are you kidding me? He's one of the comedy greats. Like, you just want to smack these people. Like, what are you, nuts? Like,
and shove your opinion up your fucking non-talent, never did anything.
I don't think they understand what a hack is.
No.
People use it so willy-nilly. It's like, he's the furthest thing from a hack.
Yeah.
Like,
he's comics. Everybody.
The guy doesn't even peddle his stand-up like outside of going to his live shows. The guy's never put out a special.
Right.
The only
Right.
That's why I want to go see him. The only video I can get of Jay Leno doing his stand-up, not Tonight Show monologues, is like from the 70s.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I'd love to see what he's talking about now.
Right.
I think it's going to be great.
Right. Yeah. Right.
You know, so the internet just just lets all assholes have a voice.
Yeah,
It's just,
I think eventually we all have to realize that to not listen to them. Like, don't by listening to them, but don't respond to them. I think that's the only way. It's like, like political correctness. Everybody's talking about, political correctness. You tweet something, you say something online, and then, like, for instance, you work for the radio, the television station, right?
Yeah.
Say you do something at a game. You say you're at the game, and you're like, this is horse shit. Let's just say, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And someone says, I don't like that he said horse shit. That's offensive. Then they fire you.
Right.
What has to happen is that the company has to go, sorry you were offended. We're not firing him.
Right.
Sorry you were offended.
Yeah.
And that, they say, well, I won't watch your channel anymore. That's unfortunate. But we're not firing him because freedom of speech, he gets to do whatever he wants. So don't watch us. That has to happen a lot for the world to realize your fucking complaining about what you heard or offended doesn't matter. But what happens is every company reacts. Like, so Nabisco will be like, they're not going to buy our product. Well, we need their money. You know what? Put your foot down and say, fuck you, don't buy our product. And eventually it won't make any noise because it ain't going anywhere.
Exactly.
But we give in as soon as somebody who's offended says they're offended. We give in. The world gives in. So then the next group's like, I'm offended, and then we give in to them. I'm offended, and we give in. It's like we gotta just eventually say, we don't want to lose your money, man. We really like you, but we support freedom of speech, and we're gonna have to say that's what we support. We don't want to lose your business, but we understand if you want to go somewhere else.
Know what the internet, though? I was thinking about this the other day. This is what the internet made me realize, just on a weird level. It was weird to even have this thought, because it's like, we come to this country, our ancestors came here to get away, have freedom of speech and give all this stuff. And freedom of speech has always been a good thing. Back when, give the regular people freedom of speech. They want to go yell in their little corner yard or to their freedom of speech. Say whatever you want. But then, like, now you have everyone can have a voice.
Right.
And there's got to be some, like, buddy that didn't believe in that from a long time ago, and like, see, this is why we didn't want to give it these. This is why we wanted to suppress speech. Facebook is a good. This is why the kings are like, see, you don't want the people having a voice.
Yeah.
This is why we suppress them. Look at this maniacal bullshit that goes nowhere. How do you get anything done with everyone yapping and having a point of view?
Yeah.
And you're like for a brief moment, I'm like, yeah, I kind of get why these dictators tell the public, shut the fuck up or we'll kill you.
Yeah.
Because you have nothing good to say.
I think it's more like we can't do everything every one of you are saying.
Yeah, and you're all idiots.
Yeah.
90% of you are idiots.
Oh, my God.
I can't believe how many idiots, when I see them share a news story, and the website's name is like the Democratic Social Gazette. It's like, oh, are you telling me that's not a biased paper?
Yeah.
Or the Conservative America Eagle Journal.
Yeah.
You're like, who checks that? What is this? Is this some guy's blog from his house? He has a good web designer that made it look like a newspaper?
Yeah.
like there's, I don't even know what's real anymore.
You can just tell by the .com, like the business where, I always look at where it came from. You know what I mean? Like there's some that are really good because there was like something. It was about boxing. It was about UFC. I don't know if you saw like the post. It said Dana White can't believe that McGregor did this or something like that. He's leaving. But if you click that and there's an article, it says ESPN, right?
Yeah.
And it's an article about McGregor. Saying no to performance-enhancing drugs. Then you just keep reading the article, and it's an ad for that drug.
Oh
right?
yeah, I've been caught in one of those before. Yeah,
But like you see it's ESPN, and then the top says football, soccer, motorsports. But that's just like an ESPN thing.
Yeah.
Here's how you know if it's real or not. Hit one of the ESPN links and see where it takes you.
oh yeah.
It takes you right to buy the product. It doesn't take you to sports or baseball.
Yeah,
or
it's always
basketball.
like it's like ESPN.com.
Org.
Yeah, or it's always like some like
Yeah.
like
With a K in
ESPN.
it?
Yeah, some weird.
ESPNK.
I've seen like ABCnews.com. You're like,
Yeah. Like,
whoa,
whoa.
because somebody be like, look, it's ABC News.
Exactly.
But you're like, you read an article, it's like, kill all black people. Will be like, wow, ABC News is
Wow.
saying to kill all of them.
Really loosening it up.
Wow, that's wow. Shocked. I don't think I can go on to this publication no more.
No. Then you just click one link and it takes you to, you're like, oh shit, I'm not on ABC News. Where am I?
I just can't take it, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, but I'm saying, but like the thing I thought where it's like, you're like, yeah, maybe some of these dictators had it right a little bit. Maybe we don't deserve free speech. Maybe we should just shut the fuck up and go to work.
I don't believe that.
No, I'm just saying though. It's like you can play devil's advocate for a moment and be like that old Chris Rock. Like, I'm not saying he should have killed her, but I understand.
But
I'm not saying we shouldn't have free speech, but I get it now. Now that everybody has a voice, I get why a dictator wants you all to shut the fuck up.
You know what I think is going to happen though, and this is I think everything in the world. The internet and all this social media platforms is relatively new. I mean, it is kind of still new.
Oh yeah, I mean, shit. I think I only got on Facebook like 7 or 8 years ago.
Right. So all of this stuff is kind of still new. With 7 or 8 years ago,
It seems like I've wasted a lot more life than 7 or 8 years though on there.
What?
Like sometimes when I see Time Hop says like this happened 7 years ago, it's like one of my first posts. I'm like, I feel like I've wasted a lot more years than 7 on here.
Yeah.
Like it seems like.
But 7 or 8 years nowadays isn't 7 or 8 years in the 70s and 80s. 7 or 8 years in the 70s and 80s, like technology insta-long. Now we're just so everything gets old quick nowadays. However, all these platforms and people all being able to have some voice and all spewing and going live. I'm Joe Johnson. I'm going live. I work at fucking Target. Who gives a fuck if you're live, you fucking idiot? What do you have to say?
Exactly.
All of that shit will go. We're going to do it, blow it up. It's all blowing up. We all now get to the point where maybe freedom of speech is a good idea. I mean, taking away freedom of speech is a good idea. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're getting to that point. And then it'll just happen is it'll all just go away to where we're so used to their voices that their voices aren't going to mean anything anymore. It's just going to go away. People think they have power. It's like when Dane Cook used MySpace numbers to get gigs, right?
Right.
Awesome. Smart idea. But then 2,700 comedians later were like, hey, I have 17,000 Twitter followers. Like, yeah, we don't give a fuck anymore.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so it means something, and then eventually it will mean nothing. So everyone's voice, they all think it means something now because they get interaction. People like chat with them on their fucking, and they respond, and they can get 27 idiots who are just as dumb as they are to talk about dumb shit.
Yeah.
But eventually those 27 idiots are just as dumb as them will start talking on their own platform, and they'll have one person listening to them, and they'll have one person listening to them, and then they'll get tired of it, and it'll go away because no one's going to feed them.
That's why I think live performance does get hurt a little bit now by the technology, by people being able to see comedy and stuff, music on YouTube. But I think that gets fatigued, and people come back to live performance because there's nothing like it. You know what I mean? There's still nothing that competes with it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like I have I have that Fire Stick where I can watch any movie I want, whenever I want. But I still love going to the theater sometimes, getting my popcorn, sitting in the seat, watching the trailers. The whole like I'll tell someone, yeah, I went and saw this movie. Oh, on the Fire Stick. I'm like, no, I actually went to the movies. Why? You can get on the Fire Stick. I'm like, I know, but I like the whole experience.
That's what I'm saying. Like
at home, I'm like, I want to get out of my house, man.
Okay, like when online shopping, kind of like I guess about 8 years ago, 7 years ago, like when you start doing Christmas shopping online.
Yeah.
At first, it was like you did a little bit. I'm not doing too much. I don't know what's happening out there. with my money. Then you did some clothes, which you never would do. I'm not going to buy fucking shirts online.
Right.
Kidding me? They'll come in, they won't fit.
Yep.
And you try it, they come in, you're like, oh, fucking fit. I don't got to go to Macy's, stand in line. I'm getting shirts online.
Yeah.
Right? Then you're sitting home one day, and you're like, you know what? I feel like going to the mall. I feel like going and looking at the shirts before I buy them today.
Right.
I think it all starts to balance. In the beginning, I was afraid to buy online. Then all I did was buy online. And now I want to go back into the world. Fire Stick was nice. I can catch some of but I want to go watch a movie and eat some popcorn in the theater.
Yeah, sometimes, because my movie theater that's right like a quarter mile from my house has $5 movie Tuesdays. Watch $5 movies all day. I go, man. I just like it. It's my popcorn costs me more than the fucking movie. You know what I mean? But it's just... At home, I have too much distraction. I really have a hard time watching movies at home.
Right.
Because there's stuff I gotta do that thing over there. I can go on my phone, or I can't zero in.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I still love the theater experience. But I think that's what's gonna. I think some people I think the younger generation doesn't go out and do as much stand up. They have a lot of entertainment on their phones. But I think it'll swing back, and they'll be like,
that's what I'm saying. It'll swing back because will get boring, and then what? Like look at you, like you went to a $5 movie, right? Like that's a little special thing. That's a neat little trick thing. It's like a neat little thing they did on a Tuesday. It's fucking movies on a Tuesday, bro. That's all that happened.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? But to you, it was special. It swung you back, right?
Yeah,
like theaters going.
Yeah,
out
I would
to
go if it wasn't
theater.
$5.
No, I know.
Yeah,
but going to the movies is going to be that little thing like, let's do something different. Want to go to a movie?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's going to be that. It's just going to swing them back to, I think it all balances itself out. I just think it does. It will all, I would get all my news off of online, right? But now I don't mind reading a newspaper every once in a while. It's just, I think it all swings back to where everything shakes into place, and anything that's got real legs to it will last.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Any real comedian if you can make it. Why this whole weird watch my Vine and all that shit happens at the end of that fucking trail when people are like, Vine's stupid as fuck. 6 seconds? What am I doing?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like when it gets to that point, you're gonna have the real talent is going to be standing there. There's going to be some Vines that can last, and there's going to be some comedians that made it through that shit because they weren't good at Vine. I'm not good at Vine. I'm not. I put it on. I tried 6-second videos. I don't know how to pause. Nothing. I don't know how to connect. I'm not good.
Yeah.
I got it. And 12-second Snapchat, I can do that. 6-second Vines, just not good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No.
So hopefully I can make it through that storm and still be standing. And hopefully it doesn't all become 6-second Vine stand up. So then I'm fucked.
Yeah. I think I have one Vine I did. When I downloaded it, it's me drinking like an Arizona iced tea, and I go,
That's all you can get in for
I
6
never
seconds.
used it again.
No, because you're out of ideas. There's nothing. Everything else is more than 6 seconds.
Just never connected with me.
No.
But that's that. We're at an hour and a half.
Nice.
Hour and 27. I thought it was a good cast.
It was a good cast.
Good cast. You're at Governor's this weekend, right?
I am at Governor's this weekend, Friday and Saturday. My son graduates Thursday. Proud of my boy.
Oh, man, I can't believe that time. I mean, Jesus.
Graduates high school. She's already out. I mean, it's like all of that part of my life is done.
You hope.
I don't know. I do.
Now they're going to bring home grandkids, and you're going to be that. It's going to start all over.
Fucking wheezy. My head got.
That's going to start all over.
I guess
you're going to be the daytime babysitter while they're working, and then they come home, and then you will be because they got nobody else to leave that baby with, and that's going to be your day job now. You're going to be grandpa watching the kids who does comedy at night. That's what my mom is in her retirement.
Listen to me,
and you're gonna fucking love it because they're gonna look like little Samanthas and little Mikeys. You're gonna be like, this is the fucking greatest.
Well, here's the thing. I had a conversation with Samantha before we get off a couple of months ago, like she's 19 years old, and there was a little like, maybe something happened.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah. And I said, obviously, I don't want you to have a child because you're 19, and I know what it's going to do to your possibilities. Not that it can't turn out amazing. I know it could probably turn out amazing as well. But the odds of it turning out amazing are usually slimmer because you're young, and it's just going to get in the way of a lot of things. That's my personal view. Not connected as a grandpa would have been, right?
Yeah.
Now, I will put my connection in there. Just so you know, you deciding whether you want to have a baby or not is not going to influence my fucking life one bit. Because I'll tell you right now, I'm hitting the road and I'm living the life. And I'm not responsible for one other child. So you can fucking figure it out. Because it ain't going to fall on my shoulders at all. That I'm very comfortable saying.
Yeah.
I am not the parent. I am a grandparent, if it comes down to it. And that grandparent ain't going to be seen a lot because that grandparent fucking hits the road and is a road comedian and been waiting for this fucking moment my whole fucking life. Go away. It's not. Basically, your decisions aren't impacting my life, is what I'm saying.
Right.
Your whole
Happy Father's Day. Now get out of my room.
Whole life from this point on.
Oh, you froze up. Oh, Mike's frozen on the screen right now. In a smile.
You froze.
Oh, yeah, you froze too.
You froze up.
Oh, I'm fine on this end. You're freezing. I think it's your Wi-Fi.
All right, let's just cut it then.
We'll continue this conversation next week.
Yeah. I'm not a grandparent, and if it does, it's not going to affect my life. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. And if you want to see Mike, go to Governor's Comedy Club on Long Island this weekend, Friday and Saturday night. One show both nights?
One show Friday, two shows Saturday.
And this Saturday, I'll be at the Comedy Shop in Pompton Plains. Tickets are very light, so if you want to come, bring some friends.
Yeah,
see what happens. Hopefully, we'll get enough for a show. That's that. Go to you can go to joefernandez.net. I have a link to get tickets there. They're $15 a piece or 2 for $25. You got to put in the code is hangover. I don't know why they picked that, but
go on.
But that's the code. So if you want discount, type in the coupon code hangover. You can get at the link. So thanks for listening, everybody. Appreciate all the downloads. Please rate us on iTunes. Please share this with your friends. Tell them how enjoyable it is. And we will see you next week. Thanks for wait. I'm trying to. I'm a hard time. I have a hard time ending. Wait,
you just said joefernandez.net.
Yeah, and I go. You've been listening to. I couldn't get out the. You've been listening. Thanks for listening. You've been. No, wait.
Right?
Hold on.
You're gonna hurt yourself.
Man.
Why are you hurting yourself?
You've been listening to All in Our Heads.